Subject videos for B.Com, B.B.A, M.Com and M.B.A of all universities of India and foreign countries are available at channel MWN.com. The inflows and outflows of foreign portfolio investment during this week for leading countries are shown in the chart. The revenue and capital expenditure of central government for 5 years are shown in the chart. Coal production target for coming 2 years are shown in the chart. The revenue, capital and revenue expenditure for the last 11 months for the central government are shown in the chart. The current account balance represented as percentage of GDP for central government for 5 years are shown in the chart. Wholesale market price against minimum support price of pulses and oilseeds are shown in the chart.
1. The National Company Law Appellate Tribunal (NCLAT) upheld the Competition Commission of India's (CCI's) October 2022 order that penalized Google for abusing its dominant position with respect to its Play Store policies. It, however, reduced the monetary penalty imposed by CCI on the tech giant by 76% from 936.44 crore rupees to 216.69 crore rupees. 2. Domestic coal-based thermal power plants across the country are expected to report combined coal stocks of 55 million tons (MT) on March 31, 2025, compared to 47 MT recorded a year ago. Though these are comfortable levels and sufficient to avert any disruptions in the running of the plants, the current stocks are lower than the normative requirement at this point time, which is 67.29 Mt. The Coal Ministry is working towards ensuring adequate coal supply to the power sector amid the rising demand for power and is optimistic of registering a 6 to 7% growth in coal production in the upcoming fiscal. 3. Decathlon Sports India, the Indian arm of French sporting goods retailer, has turned profitable in 2023-24, reporting a net profit of 197.19 crore rupees. The company had reported a net loss of 18.61 crore rupees in financial year 23, according to its ROC filings, accessed via data intelligence platform Tracking. In financial year 24, Decathlon India's total income rose around 2.8% to 4,066.4 crore rupees as compared to 3,954.98 crore rupees in the previous year. 4. The centre's fiscal deficit came in at 85.8% of the annual target in April to February of the current financial year, even as capital expenditure grew less than 1%, indicating that the fiscal deficit print may be lower than the target of 5.8% for the full year. The fiscal deficit was 86.5% of the annual target in April to February of financial year 25. The fiscal deficit stood at 13.5 lakh rupees crore in the 11 months of financial year 25, 10% lower than the 15 lakh rupees crore recorded in the corresponding period a year ago. The net tax revenues rose by 9% on year, non-tax revenues expanded by 37%, boosted by the RBI dividend, and revenue expenditure grew by 4.7%, while capex rose by a meager 0.8% during April to February of financial year 25. 6. India's current account deficit (CAD) widened but at a less than expected pace to $11.5 billion in the third quarter of the current fiscal year from $10.4 billion in the year-ago quarter, owing mainly to a higher merchandise trade deficit. However, the CAD was still benign at 1.1% of GDP, similar to the year-ago level. In Quarter 2 financial year 25, the CAD stood at 1.8% of GDP. The current quarter, that is Quarter 4, is likely to see a current account surplus. Both January, $16.5 billion, and February, $14 billion, saw trade deficits contained, as imports plunged sharply. According to Reserve Bank of India, there was a depletion of $37.7 billion to the foreign exchange reserves on a balance of payment basis in Quarter 3 financial year 25 as against an accretion of $6 billion in Quarter 3 financial year 24. 5. Mandi prices of most varieties of pulses and oilseeds are ruling below the respective minimum support prices (MSPs), forcing the government to ramp up the purchases of these items at respective minimum support prices (MSPs). Encouraging crop prospects and liberal imports are the reasons behind the fall in market prices, according to trade sources. At Latur, Maharashtra, mandi prices of tur on Friday was in the range of 6,800 rupees per quintal to 7,400 rupees per quintal against the MSP of 7,550 rupees per quintal for 2024-25 season. In the last 2 years, tur farmers have been getting around 35% more prices than MSP because of lower output prospects. The government agencies like NAFT and NCCF have purchased 0.24 lakh million tons of tur so far from farmers against the target of 1 million ton. 7. Over the past 3 years, a staggering 49 ultra-luxury homes, each commanding a price tag of 100 crore rupees or more, have changed hands in the country's premier metropolitan hubs of Mumbai and Delhi NCR. This elite segment of homebuyers has collectively invested 7,500 crore rupees in these opulent dwellings, with half of these transactions, totaling 3,652 crore rupees, occurring in 2024 alone. The momentum shows no signs of slowing, as the first 2 months of 2025 have already witnessed 4 ultra-luxury home sales, amassing a combined value of 850 crore rupees.
Subject videos for B.Com, B.B.A, M.Com and M.B.A of all universities of India and foreign countries are available at channelmwn.com. Presented by Dr. M. Wilson, Professor, Author and Publisher. Thank you.